stay locked in. Left, right, moving forward on the glory.
Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Now we got the week 12 Vegas spread picks. Go check out the other video for the Thanksgiving Day games. Let's get to the first game. We got the Los Angeles Rams at the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay is -1. Money. I'm going Green Bay to win in the cover, and I'm not hesitant. I'm pumping this. Now, the Rams are a dangerous team. Rams are getting some time to rest, and I think they come in Lambeau, and I think they get the Packers a tough game. But this Packers defense will respond. This Packers defense will stop the Rams running game. I think that's the biggest matchup in this whole game. We can talk about Aaron the Game Rodgers. We can talk about Sean McVay, but I want to talk about Green Bay's front seven versus this Rams run game. San Francisco game proved one thing. If you can stop this Rams run game, Stafford, if he throws 35, 40 times, there will be turnovers, and you already see him starting to fade off. You don't get to play the Houston Texans every single week in this league. Eventually, you get some opposition. Eventually, you have to go up against a big dog, and you see these teams cower, and I think the Packers are peaking. You guys called it. You guys called it. You did call that Minnesota loss last week from the Packers. But let's be real. Aaron the Game Rodgers gets a full week of practice. He's going to be in rhythm. They're going to run the ball against the Rams front seven. I like Green Bay to win in the cover. Pump it. Next game, we got the Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. We got Cleveland +4. I'm taking Cleveland and the points, and I'm going Baltimore to win. This is a really tough game to call. And it comes down to Lamar Jackson's health. He's obviously going to be better, but you're looking at this Browns offense and you're not getting a whole lot. Actually, I want to change the pick. Ravens win in the cover. The fundamentals want me to go to the Browns, but this Baker Mayfield isn't playing good enough. He's starting to play the blame game. His wife's getting on there on Instagram. Could you imagine if my girl got on Instagram talking to every hater? It's small, it's petty, and honestly, it shows a man that's crumbling. I think the Browns crumble with them. The Browns got one of the best 53-man rosters in this league, but it's not really going to show for nothing. Lamar comes in. Lamar makes more big plays than Baker. I think that's obvious, and I'm just going with that. Baltimore wins and covers. The Browns +4 is so tempting, but I think the Ravens will get it, and I think it'll move down to 3.5 or 3. Next game, we got the Seattle Seahawks at the Washington No Names. Monday Night Football. Washington's -1, and I'm going Washington to win in the cover. Listen, I'm not high on Heineke. I'm not high on Riverboat Ron, but this is following the same trend that it did last year. The Redskins played fuck all the first 9-10 weeks, and then once it gets later in the season, they started playing better. They started running the rock better, and Washington has a good defense, and I think that'll be enough to contain Russell America Wilson. And when I'm looking at Seattle, they look at it like a team that needs a change. They're out of ideas. Sure, Russell America Wilson, he always brings respect anytime he steps on the NFL football field. I am not discounting him by any means, but that team needs a change, whether it be Pete Carroll, whether it be to revamp the defense. They just aren't good enough, and they're not consistent enough. If you're Seattle better, at this point, you're just grasping at straws, and you're betting on what happened in like 2018, 2017. We're not going back there. Washington wins in the covers, even with Heineke. The reason why it's not a money pick is because Taylor Heineke. Next game, we got my Minnesota Vikings at the San Francisco 49ers. Minnesota's +3. I'm going up. So, woo! The underdogs are coming in here. Minnesota wins in the covers. I think this comes down to the quarterback position. And you can say, Lawson, maybe you're like that, the twice divorced wife who's going back with the guy the third time. You could say that, but right now, Kirk Cousins is playing good football. And when you got Thielen, when you got Justin Jefferson, that's the best receiving combo in the league. And they're finally letting Kirk Cousins throw deep. And Dalvin Cook's getting going. The San Fran defense isn't what it was before. And if this was the San Fran defense from 2-3 years ago, if Robert Saleh was walking through there with his bald head and Richard Sherman was there years younger, it would be different. But I think Minnesota gets the better quarterback play. Jimmy G throwing play action rollouts to Kittle wide open against the Jacksonville Jags doesn't prove anything. I know people are getting excited. This is a San Fran channel. They've won us so much money throughout the years. We have to be thankful and we have to tip the cap. But also, we can't just show blind loyalty. And beating up on the Jags and having the Rams collapse on Monday Night Football aren't enough for me to think this team gets right. Now, the Vikings don't travel well, and they never have under Mike Zimmer, and that's why I'm not getting too excited. But the Vikings winning the cover, I think they get better quarterback play. And this is a quarterback-driven league. And the 49ers secondary, there is an advanced statistic about this. They do not get close to opposing wide receivers. That helps against the Jags because Laviska Shenault drops everything and fumbles what little he does catch. But, this is Justin Jefferson and Thielen rolling into town. I think the Vikings get some blood, man. Next game, we got the Los Angeles Chargers. Herbert at the Denver Broncos. Broncos are +3. This is one I've been going back and forth with all week. This is one that's going to test my mind, and I might even change it before the Sunday. But I'm going Chargers to win in the cover. This Denver team, they play well at home, and Mile High is a legit home field advantage, and you never want to sleep on it. Let's be realistic. But this Broncos offense, I don't think they can keep up with the Chargers. Now, am I saying the Chargers are going off for 40 or 50 like they did against the Browns and Steelers? Absolutely not. But I do think the Chargers get close to 30. And if you want to bet on Teddy Bridgewater getting into the 30s or getting to 27, you can, because I want it. I mean, I know the Chargers defense struggles against the run, and it is always a concern, but I do think that Denver game against the Cowboys was a big, big admiration. I think you should go Chargers to win in the cover here. Next game, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincy is -3.5. Money, Cincinnati to win in the cover. I know the 3.5 does get you a little bit worried with Mike Tomlin and Big Ben. They're warriors. They're going to go out here. They're going to try to win the game, and you can never count them out. That's why it's always dangerous putting a money pick against the Steelers because of those two individuals and how much pride they have. But when I'm looking at this game, I just think Cincinnati has way too much explosion, way too many playmakers for Pittsburgh, and I think I like the way Cincy is going about this season. I feel like they're peaking. They're getting better. Yes, there was that one hiccup against the New York Jets, but who the hell hasn't had a hiccup this year? If you're looking for a team that hasn't had a hiccup this year, you're looking for no teams because they've all had hiccups. They've all lost against terrible teams, but I think Cincinnati gets the run game going. If you can run it against the Steelers, it can make you a lot more comfortable. I'm not saying Joe Burrow goes off like Herbert does, but I think Joe Burrow has a good game. With TJ Watt banged up, injured, whether he plays or not, it changes the Steelers, man, because he is a top 5 defensive end in this league. Mike Tomlin is able to only rush 4 when he's playing. With a banged up TJ Watt, I don't know how much pressure can be generated. Yes, I would prefer you guys to wait till this gets to -3, then put in the back, maybe even by the point if you're really suspicious of the Steelers keeping this close. But at -3.5, it looks pretty good. Next game, we got the Tennessee Titans at the New England Patriots. Titans are +6. I got Titans to cover, Patriots to win. I think the Titans respond. I did predict that Texans upset last week. You guys laughed at me. I still predicted it, and I'm predicting the Titans to cover. I'm sure most of the money is going to be on the Patriots to win in the cover. And yes, when I'm looking at the Patriots, I could see them get to the AFC Super Bowl. It pains me to see it, but Hoodie and Matt Jones could drag this team in. If the Chiefs, if the Bills don't get going, which there's no guarantee they will. Titans are a team that has serious problems. They got some serious injuries. They're going to get people back, though. And Derrick Henry's not coming back, but I think the Titans run the ball decent in this game. And I like the Titans to stop the Patriots' run. Now, the Patriots can throw it against the Titans, but really when the Patriots are most successful, it's when they're running it, play action. That New England-Atlanta game is a blueprint for the Hoodie Bill Belichick. I think they continue to follow it. Patriots are going to win this one, but Titans cover. This game's going to be tougher than people think. And honestly, this spread should be more like Tennessee +4, Tennessee +3.5. If I didn't hate Mike Vrabel so much, it might be a money pick. Next game, we got the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Giants. Jason Garrett fired. Freddie Kitchencom plays. Philly's -3. I'm going Philly to win in the cover. I've been on the Philadelphia bandwagon this whole year, taking a lot of shrapnel for it. It's finally started to pay off. And when you're looking at Philly, they can run the ball. Now, the Giants got a good front seven, but obviously, every single game with the Eagles, you know what I'm going to say. Hurts is just going to make 3 or 4 big plays. Can Daniel Jones do that? Yeah, Daniel Jones can do check downs. He can hit a few 15-yard passes. But where are the big plays? Where's the verb? Where's the inspiration? Hurts brings the inspiration every week, and he's not accurate, and he's going to miss some throws. And sometimes you're going to have 2 3-and-outs in a row where it looks so ugly, you feel like punching a damn wall. But then this kid just keeps battling. And listen, this is a lesson to everyone. If you go out in the NFL with the mindset of a warrior, you can play, you can win games against anyone. You don't have to be the most talented, and that's what Hurts is going to do. Philadelphia's defense is also cooking. You're looking at a Giants offense out of ideas. Listen, we do risk a little bit of risk here, because Freddie Kitchens is going to add some verb in this offense. Say what you will about Freddie Kitchens, but he has personality and he'll take chances. I think Philly weathers this. I think the Giants come out good in the first half, and then Philly takes over with the run game. Philly -3 to win in the cover. Next game, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Indianapolis Colts. Tampa Bay is -2.5. Tampa Bay to win in the cover. I want to make it a money pick, but right now, it's Tampa Bay time, so we have to, get on the psychologist's couch and see how they're feeling, see their motivation level. I don't know their motivation level for this game, but I do know one thing. The Colts aren't going to keep playing like this, and I do know one thing. Jonathan Taylor's not going over 100 yards on Todd Bowles. If you want a money pick, player prop bet under whatever Jonathan Taylor's rushing yards is. Say what you will about Todd Bowles, but the run fits in that scheme are always on point, and you really have to beat this Tampa Bay team through pass, and I don't think Wentz can do it. And on the other side of the ball, Brady, did you see how good Brady was? We don't know if Antonio Brown's coming back, but obviously with Gronk back, that's making the offense flow so much better. Mike Evans is starting to peak. There's just so many good things to say about the Buccaneers. I don't know why some people were worrying about them, but it is what it is. NFL's an emotional league. Gamblers are emotional. Tampa Bay to win in the cover. You can take your Colts and shove it where you want. Next game, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the Jackson Jaguars. This is one for my degenerates. Right now, it's Jags +1. I'm going Jags to win in the cover. I'm really nervous about this Jags offense because no one can catch a football. If they could just catch a football, this would be a money pick. But this Jags offense is working at a point where they're not a functional entity. Even though Lawrence, listen, the stats don't look good for the kid, but I'm telling you, he's not that bad. It's just every time he throws it to Laviska Shenault, Marvin Jones, it's a drop. If they do happen to catch it once in a while, it's going to be a fumble. I mean, there's just too many problems with the Jags to make this a money pick. With the Falcons, they got a bye week, and you think it would improve the offense? You would think, right? The last 3 weeks on offense, Atlanta has just been terrible. It's been absolutely pathetic, and their fans should honestly have shame for paying for tickets to watch that junk. Jags win and cover. Home field helps in this. Next game, we got the New York Jets at the Houston Texans. Houston's -2.5. Houston to win in the cover again. Told you about the upset last week. No one did it, but I'm feeling pretty good about this one. This Jets defense is struggling. And you can tell me what you want about Tyrod Taylor. Certainly people let it be known that he sucks. I don't think he sucks. He's a serviceable quarterback that deserves to be a second-string quarterback in this league because he can come in, he can make things happen. I think he makes more plays than Flacco. Now, we don't know if Flacco's going to start again, but Flacco didn't look all that bad against the Dolphins. Not all that bad. But this Jets team has so many issues, it really doesn't matter who quarterback is. And I think Houston gets to 24, 27 points. Houston really made a lot of mistakes in the red zone against the Titans. Houston really should have got that game into the 30s, even with the bad weather. I think Houston gets close to the 30s here. That's why they win in the cover. Next game and last game of the weekend, we got the Carolina Panthers at the Miami Dolphins. Carolina's -1. Money, 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 money. First time Carolina's a money pick this year. I believe so. First time they're a money pick. If Cam Newton starts, I think Carolina wins. Yes, we've won the last 2 weeks on Patreon with the Miami Dolphins. I'm extremely thankful to that. But Tua Tagovailoa just has too many turnovers. He tried to throw away that Jets game. The Miami defense was playing really good that game. They were managing the ball good. They were getting a run game going. Tua was actually getting a little bit of a run game going. Then he has to throw the worst interceptions in the world. When I watch Tua, you just feel like the turnovers can come from anywhere. That's why if Cam starts, I think Carolina wins and covers. And you look at both of these defenses, and both defenses play good ball. I think Carolina comes in with a little bit of extra passion. I think they come in with a little bit of verb, play extremely physical. I wouldn't be surprised if they knock Tua out of the game. I don't want to give that player a prop. I know I don't want to see anyone get hurt, but I do think they knock Tua out of that game. That Panthers pass rush last week was absolutely hapless. They were lifeless. I think they come in. I think they respond. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the videos. Go check out the Thanksgiving Day games. I made a separate video for it. Share the videos. Hit the like button. We were 3-1 on Patreon last week. Let's get this money.